everyone, not censored here, Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the weekend preview for October 7th, 2012. What a crazy whirlwind week this past week has been. I mean, between major new releases, finishing up some loose ends, controversy going on with reviews, and people going nuts on Twitter, and all kinds of stuff going on. So what we're going to do, as usual, is we're going to review everything that has happened in this past week. But then, we're also going to preview what's coming up this coming week. This is going to be a pretty content-filled, hefty week, especially for people who've been anticipating the two games that are coming out this week, which are some of the biggest releases of this year. I'm really happy that we're in the middle of the hardcore gaming season and we've got so much to do, okay? But before we get to that, let's review. So, last week, as you remember, Panda had been visiting, and so over the course of that past weekend, we did a lot of Tokyo Jungle gameplay. And then we've decided that we will continue that gameplay when she returns to visit me again later on this month, which I believe is going to be the weekend. I think it's like October 24th. It's that weekend right before Halloween. That's when she's going to be visiting next. So plan on seeing more Tokyo Jungle near the end of this month, okay? Also, after that, Tuesday was a huge new release day. Everyone under the sun went out and got Resident Evil 6 and started making playthroughs of it, okay? Now, myself and John Rambo were here both Tuesday and Wednesday. That's right, John Rambo made the effort to drive from New York to Connecticut and back 2 days this week because he liked the game so much. We had an absolute blast playing through the campaign of Resident Evil 6 in a co-op mode, okay? And we did a full co-op playthrough of the 3 cooperative campaigns. We actually played it in the order that was suggested. The game gives you the freedom to play the chapters in any order you want. We jumped around in the order that was suggested online, and we really feel that that order was great and it made the story make a lot of sense. It might have been confusing if you didn't play it in that particular order, okay? Just so everyone knows, I have 4 playlists because I have one playlist that's just the full co-op playthrough from start to finish, but there are some people who might want to watch it by character rather than just jumping all over the place. I also have 3 separate playlists, one for Chris, Jake, and Leon each, so that you can get that experience of that by watching each playlist from start to finish. It's just the chapters of those characters, okay? Then on Thursday, since I had unlocked Ada Wong's single-player campaign by completing the game, I actually played through Ada Wong's campaign on Thursday, okay? So, I did that. There was also a channel update, because I wanted, well, I'm sorry, that was later on in the week. I'm trying to keep order of how I did things this week because there was so much stuff going on. There was something, oh, that's right. After I beat Ada Wong's campaign, I did a second set of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 online ranked matches. A lot of people really enjoyed my first set a couple weeks ago. They were asking me to do another one because I'm a known top-level player in that game, and they really enjoyed the gameplay. This time around, I messed around a little bit more. I actually played with lower-tier characters like Ryu. I used Captain America a couple of times. Zangief a lot. My Zangief was kicking major ass. So it's a little bit more variety than the first set where I was more primarily trying to get myself back into a tournament level in the game. So definitely check that out if you're a fan of the gameplay of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 that I did before, or if you're getting into the game, you want to see some top-level gameplay, definitely go check that out on DSP Street Fighter, okay? Just so everyone knows, that might pretty much finish off the Marvel vs. Capcom 1 footage, unless there's another reason to do another set. At this point, there's less and less people playing online, and it seemed like I was playing the same people over and over, and it was fun to get back into it for a little bit, but really, how many sets? I could already tell the set that I put out this week had way less views than the original set. So people loved it, but they said, alright, that's enough. You know, you've done over 100 matches now, and I understand that. So it's probably going to be the end of Marvel vs. Capcom 1 unless more people ask me to do stuff with it, okay? Alright, then, on Friday, I decided to try out the other modes of Resident Evil 6. So I did a little bit of mercenaries mode and a little bit of agent hunt mode, just enough so that I could actually review the game, okay? And my review, as I knew was going to be, very controversial. Some people hated my review, some people absolutely loved my review. Keep in mind that my review is always based off of my own personal experiences, but in this particular case I also had the opinions and the input from Panda, who was playing the game single player and experienced a lot of negative things about the game that I didn't. So in my review, I gave it my own score for playing it cooperatively, and then I gave the game a score for if you're playing it single player. Definitely check out that review. I know it's a massive amount of arguing in the comments or whatever, but I think the review did people a lot of good. A lot of people who were on the fence and kind of confused by the mainstream media, who some of them had said this game is really good, some of them said it's okay, and some of them said it's the worst game ever made. It's hard to read when there's no real agreement. Well, I gave you my honest feelings, and hopefully that review let some people realize whether or not they want to play the game or not, okay? And then we had the new episode of the Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway. Yet again, for the third week in a row, we had nobody who had claimed the prizes from week 1 and 2, even though we did a redraw last week. So we did a redraw, and I am pleased to say that at least I am giving away Top Gun this week, because the person who won the redraw actually contacted me with their information. What I have to say is this: if you're going to enter the contest, please follow up, because it's foolish for you to enter and then not claim your prize. Right now, I still got Spider-Man Friend or Foe, and I still got, I think it's Game of Thrones. I mean, you know what? It might not be Top Gun. It might be Game of Thrones that I gave away. Now, hold on a second. Now I've confused myself. Hold on. I want to give everyone correct information. I'm going to go to my website here very quickly and see who it was that responded, if it was Top Gun or if it was Game of Thrones. I apologize, everybody. Alright, I was correct. It is the Week 2 redraw that I gave away. So, Top Gun is now officially going to go to a fan. But I need the people who won Spider-Man Friend or Foe and Game of Thrones to contact me this week. If I don't hear from you by Friday, you lose and someone else will be picked, okay? So that's how it's going. Please, every Friday night, there's going to be a new Hardcore Gaming Season giveaway video. That's the time to find out if you won, and check your PMs on the website. My website, thekingofhate.com. I send you a personal PM explaining that I need your information if you win, okay? Okay, so that's that. On Saturday, John Rambo did not come to do anything because he had already been here twice during the week, so there was no co-op, there was no smart guys. Instead, what I decided to do was tie up some loose ends. So I actually finished the campaign of One Piece Pirate Warriors. I'm going to say it again, I finished the campaign because a lot of people were asking me for it, and I did it. I finished it yesterday, and now I'm looking, and it looks like not a lot of people watched it, which is confusing because the rest of the campaign from a week and a half ago was doing pretty decently, so I'm surprised that the people who've been asking for it all this time didn't watch. Maybe they're busy or whatever, I don't know. But just so you know, it is live, it is complete, and you can watch the rest of that playthrough, okay? And then after that, something completely different, I uploaded 5 videos of the Hawken Alpha, okay? Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Hawken is a free-to-play PC game coming out later this year. Pretty soon there's going to be an open beta for it, and when this happens, you're going to be able to play the game. It's an online mech combat game that's a first-person shooter, but it is very different from other first-person shooters. It's nothing like Call of Duty or anything like that. I had some footage of it from me playing it at E3, and a lot of people seem to like what they saw. The game is pretty damn good. In fact, it's funny because I put out 5 videos, and some of the comments on the videos are, this game is free? This looks like a real retail game that I would pay $60 for. This game looks great, and it's free. This is awesome. So, check out those videos if you haven't already, if you're interested and you're a PC gamer. And if you want to register for the upcoming beta, I have a link in the description of the video. All you need to do is click on it, register there, you're done, and when it's ready, they're going to tell you, okay? So that was yesterday, and then today, finally I said there's a couple other odds and ends that I'd like to finish up. So today I actually played some of the Medal of Honor Warfighter beta, which became available publicly on Xbox Live for the Xbox 360 on Friday. I actually really enjoyed it. I like the fact that the classes have really unique and different abilities. Played about 12 matches, about 2 hours of it, and it was pretty damn good, and I'm actually looking forward to that retail release of that game now. And then, tonight, I actually just finished doing a set of Resident Evil 6 Mercenaries co-op with my girlfriend Panda Lee. She wanted to do the Mercenaries co-op, and I said, well, you have to actually unlock the campaigns. You have to beat all 3 campaigns in order to unlock the stages. So she actually did that earlier today. We were able to jump into it tonight, and let me tell you, we had a fucking blast. When you're playing Resident Evil 6 co-op with someone who's competent and helpful, the game is amazing. That's why I really, in my review, I liked the game so much. I played the campaign with John Rambo, and we had amazing amounts of fun. Same thing tonight. I played co-op with Panda Lee over Mercenaries mode. We played every one of the 4 maps that we had available. We beat every single one of them. We got B or A rankings in them. We unlocked a bunch of characters. We unlocked alternate outfits. We had an absolute fun time. And that's really what I feel the core of Resident Evil 6 is. The game is meant to be played cooperatively, okay? So, we played it together. We had an absolute blast. I am uploading right now, as I'm filming this video, so it'll be live by the time you see this video. I'm uploading the 12 videos of the co-op that we did, and her commentary is coming through my speakers, so that's my perspective here on DSPGaming. She'll be uploading her videos of her perspective over on her YouTube channel, Panda Games. So either perspective, a lot of the times we did split up and veer off separately, so you may want to watch some of mine and some of hers to see the unique combat abilities. Some of these characters that you can pick are dramatically different. Some are much better at melee, some have better weapon loadouts. Really cool, really fun gameplay. So definitely check that out, especially if you liked Resident Evil 6, you wanted to see some cool mercenaries. We did really well at it. It wasn't like we were sucking or anything. We actually did really decently in the mercenaries mode, so please check that out, okay? Alright, so now let's talk about this week, because there's a whole day coming up Monday where no one has any idea what I'll be doing. I've decided what I'm going to do. Okay. In addition to that, 2 major releases coming out this week. 1 minor release that I don't know if I'm ever even going to get to play, but we'll talk about that. So tomorrow is Monday, and here's what I've decided. I'm going to do 2 things. Number 1, I'm going to do not Axe the King. I'm going to do Ask the King, which is my Q&A series where I answer fan questions. I didn't get to do one at the end of September because I was so busy with releases, and then Panda came to visit and everything just got caught up. Usually I do it the last Thursday of the month, but there was no way I could do it last month. It's almost looking like this month as well is going to be the same situation. That last week of October has freaking, it's so loaded. It's got like Assassin's Creed 3, it's got WWE 13, it's got, I think, Little Big Planet kart racing, but that might have been delayed, actually, now that I think about that. But there's at least 2 to 3 major games coming out that week that I'm going to want to be playing. I don't think I'm going to have a chance to do Ask the King this month. So I decided, you know what, let's do one tomorrow. Tomorrow, well, there's already a thread up on my forums at thekingofhate.com. It says Ask the King delayed, but it's still there. And you can post up your questions there, or tomorrow afternoon, when I decide that I'm going to start selecting my questions to answer in the episode, I will be posting up both on my Twitter account, and my Facebook account, and my Facebook fan page. So you have a chance to submit questions multiple ways. You don't have to do it through Twitter or Facebook. If you want to make sure that I see your question, post it up on the forums right now, because you don't know if you're going to be sure if you'll be free tomorrow. I do know tomorrow's Columbus Day, which is a national holiday, but I don't think that people get it off from school or work necessarily. I don't believe I did when I was younger. But yeah, why not? Why not celebrate Columbus Day with an episode of Ask the King? Plus, it's been a month and a half, so I'll probably have a significant amount of questions saved up for me to see, you know, what to answer. So that's coming up tomorrow afternoon. Then, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do another set of Medal of Honor Warfighter beta gameplay, but this time I think I might play with the fans. And what I mean is, if you're a fan of mine, you have an Xbox 360 tomorrow night, and I'm not announcing when. It's probably going to be, honestly, after I eat like dinner, after I do Ask the King, and then I maybe eat dinner or whatever. So probably at the earliest, maybe between 6 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but it may even be as late as 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably make a lobby in Medal of Honor Warfighter where I believe you can have up to 10 people, so I can invite 9 fans who want to play. So I will post up on Twitter and Facebook tomorrow when I'm setting up to do this, and then if you want to play with me, what you have to do is go on Xbox Live and send a private message to me, okay, and say, I would like to play Medal of Honor beta, you know, whatever, something like that. And then I can invite you from the message, okay? I don't have to add you or anything as a friend, I just can invite you from the message. So I'm going to try to do that tomorrow night. Hopefully it works. We'll see what happens. I enjoyed the game enough today that I want to play it some more. Okay, and then Tuesday, huge day, okay? And just to let everyone know, number 1, there are no midnight releases for any games on Tuesday. I checked into it. If there were, I was going to probably pick up the games, but there are not any midnight releases from my local GameStop. So the gameplay of the new games will be starting on Tuesday. So I'm going to be picking up Dishonored and XCOM Enemy Unknown, and maybe Fable the Journey. And everyone's like, what the fuck is Fable the Journey? I know, right? Who knows? But Fable the Journey is supposed to be a Fable game that uses the Kinect, okay? I know, already you're snickering. You're like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's right. After last year where there were all these games like The Gunstringer, Rise of Nightmares, that were primarily using the Kinect. This year there have been almost none besides like Dance Central and dancing-centric games. So they made one, Fable the Journey, but no one's been talking about it, no one's played it, no one knows jack shit about it. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't have it. I wouldn't even be surprised if, like, I go to GameStop and they say, it's delayed, or we don't even know when it's coming out anymore. But it was supposed to come out this week originally, okay? But anyway, the 2 games everyone wants to see are Dishonored and XCOM Enemy Unknown. And already I'm getting questions. Phil, are you going to play Dishonored first? Are you going to play XCOM first? What consoles are you playing each on? The answer is Dishonored I'm playing on the Xbox 360. XCOM I'm playing on my PC. Duh, it's a PC game. I have to play it on my PC. Okay? What I think I'm going to do, I've done this before and people really enjoyed it when I did it back when I was playing Sleeping Dogs and Darksiders 2. I think I'm going to split my days. I think that what I'll do is, like, the first half of the day I'll play one of the games. Well, first of all, remember, I always do my unboxing video, so there'll be an unboxing of the 2 games. But I think the first day I'll play, the first half I'll do one game, the second half I'll do the other game. The next day I'll probably do the same thing, if not flip and alternate. But I will probably be playing both games every day next week till I get through them, and significantly enough through them that I can tell if I'm going to beat one or the other, and then I'll continue to play the other. Okay? That's my plan. Could a monkey wrench be thrown into the plan at some point? Absolutely. But for now, that's my initial plan that I'm starting with, okay? Next Saturday is John Rambo will be here. At least he told me he's going to be here. I have to actually confirm with him because, as you know, he wasn't here this Saturday. I'm almost positive he's going to be here this Saturday for co-op gameplay and for Smart Guys. We haven't done Smart Guys together in like 3 weeks now, so we'll have an in-person Smart Guys. And in addition to that, we're going to simulate our final simulations in WWE 12, okay? I know all year long we've been simulating all these pay-per-views and matches. Our final simulation is going to be the TNA Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory pay-per-view. We're going to simulate the matches like we always do and do our commentary. So that's going to be on Saturday. And then in addition, I'm wondering what else we'll do. Maybe we'll do more matches just as a send-off to WWE 12, because this is the final pay-per-view that we're doing simulation matches in. Or there's a possibility that we could do One Piece Pirate Warriors co-op, because I've unlocked all the Another Log mode in that game, okay? Or there's a possibility we could do Resident Evil 6 Mercenaries, because I don't think he's even played that mode yet. Or, I know there's just a lot of ors, but or we could go back and finish Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles, which we never did, but honestly, not a lot of people have been asking for it, and the views were pretty poor on that playthrough. Most people weren't even paying attention to it. So I'm wondering if it's even worth it to go back to do that. I could still do that. There's a lot of ors, there's a lot of things we could do this coming Saturday. I guess we'll figure it out during the course of the week, and we'll let everyone know what exactly we're going to be going to do. But for now, there will be co-op gameplay, there will be a Smart Guys. And then Sunday, Monday, more than likely I'll be going back to whatever I haven't finished, whether it's Dishonored, whether it's XCOM Enemy Unknown. Maybe I'll be playing, I believe there's online play in XCOM Enemy Unknown. Maybe I'll check out some of that. Maybe, at some point, hopefully I'll be doing the Hateful Truth reviews of those games. And a lot of people are asking me now, Phil, did you realize that, first of all, over the past week you hit 200 million views? Yes, I did. My channel hit 200 million views last week, which is amazing. Right now it's almost at 201 million already. And that's great, and I made a channel update discussing it. I don't really want to go back into it again, but go watch that channel update from Saturday? Yeah, from Saturday, talking about my feelings about hitting 200 million views if you want to hear what I have to say about it. But also, I'm about to hit the 100th episode. That's right, 100 episodes of The Hateful Truth. And for me, what I would like to say is I hope that The Hateful Truth has been a series that has allowed you to decide for yourself whether or not you want to purchase a game, you want to play a game. I hope that I've given you more information than those mainstream outlets who usually don't go into enough detail to answer your specific questions about a game. I try to give you my own perspective. I try to give you a perspective of, okay, if I'm a pro gamer, if I'm just a casual gamer, if I'm a hardcore gamer, the common gamer. I talk about all these things when I talk about games that could be played at a professional level or just, to play and have fun. I ultimately hope that The Hateful Truth has been a series that has been a service to you in a world where it's full of the mainstream gaming media who don't really review games legitimately anymore, who are either super opinionated, unfair, biased, they don't do their research, or they're literally being told behind the scenes, hey, boost that score so that we can keep getting review copies of games. Hey, that's a Halo game. You can't give that lower than a 9. You know what I mean? In a day and age where this is happening on a common basis, I hope that my Hateful Truth series has been a ray of truth for you, the common gamer, and that you knew you were able to base your purchases and your decisions off of it. Is the 100th episode going to be a special episode? Probably not, because probably the 100th episode is going to be reviewing something like Dishonored or XCOM Enemy Unknown, and it's going to be a long episode anyway, okay? But what I might do if I have time this week, if, like, let's say Sunday or Monday, things are winding down, I've beaten the 2 games, I may do a retrospective. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, a retrospective of what it's been like over the past, 3 years. I started the Hateful Truth back in 2009, so over 3 years of the Hateful Truth, how it's evolved, how I've evolved, where I really feel the series excels, and some of the more controversial games and moments that I've had, the times that when actually my review got the attention of game developers, of mainstream gaming media, that we got into these shouting wars on Twitter and stuff about this stuff. It's worth it to re-explore this stuff, I think. So I would love to do a retrospective for everyone, and I'm hoping that I can do it this week. We'll see how long these games are, and we'll go from there, I guess. I'm not promising it, but it's something I would like to do. There's a couple things I'd like to mention. Number one, yes, we are very quickly approaching the end of the year, and I am going to be doing my end of the year series coming up, okay? Here's the thing, though. I was thinking about what could I do for the end of the year series. Obviously, you're going to have your Game of the Year awards. That's a no-brainer, okay? Obviously, there's going to be funniest moments of the year. But I'm going to need your help for that, because obviously it's the fans who usually tell me what are some of the funniest moments of the year to make that series. So I will be opening up polls on my website for that very shortly, but before I can do the poll, what I need to do is get input from you on what you thought the funniest moments were. So what I'll be doing very shortly, I'll probably announce it formally on Twitter, on Facebook, and I might even make a video about it later in the week, but I'm going to put threads on my forum where you can post up, nominate your funniest moments, and please post the video and the clip and the time so that we know when we're polling later on what the funniest moments people feel they are, up to now. Keep in mind we can add new things as well as they happen in all these new playthroughs that are coming up, okay? So I'm going to be doing that very shortly. Now, one of the other categories that I always used to do was favorite fan remixes, but in this case this year there really haven't been a heck of a lot of fan remixes. It seems like it's a fad that kind of died out over the past year. So instead what I think we're going to do is I may sit down with Rambo at some point and consult with him, and we'll do our favorite WWE simulation matches of the year. Because keep in mind, we simulated every WWE pay-per-view, some of the TNA pay-per-views, one of the Ring of Honor pay-per-views, and we also did some exhibition matches. And I think what we're going to want to do is, out of all the simulation matches we did this year, what are our personal favorites? We'll have clips, we'll have highlights, and recommendations of what you should be checking out for those. Because keep in mind, WWE 13 comes out the last week of this month. We'll be simulating the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view 1 week after it actually airs on TV, because I'll be with Panda that weekend. So that weekend after WWE 13 comes out, John and I will be simulating that, and that'll be like the inauguration of the new game. But I'd love to see what are some of the best matches from this previous year, and those matches eventually can be included too, okay? So that's another idea I have for a year-end series. So I've got a couple ideas of things that I want to do. Of course, I'll probably do worst gaming moments of the year again, and that'll be interesting, and those will be my personal picks. But I'm going to be putting up a poll on the website, like I said, for the funniest moments. I'm going to need everyone's input. That'll be coming up soon, and I'll let everyone know about that. So those year-end series are coming, okay? Rest assured, every year I do them in December, they're definitely coming. But one thing this year, unfortunately, that I will not be able to do is a Halloween special. And the reason I can't do it this year is because the week of Halloween, they've decided, like I said, to release Assassin's Creed 3, WWE 13. I'm going to look up what the last game is, too, because I know there's a third one. Need for Speed Most Wanted. So you've got 3 major releases all coming out that week, and as everyone knows who's ever played an Assassin's Creed game, those games are long as fuck. Plus, this is a new one, Part 3. It's probably going to be really good. And I'm just going to be so immersed in those games that week, I'm not going to have time to play anything for Halloween. I looked at my schedule from now until the end of the month. I said, fuck, I'm not even going to have a chance to do it myself. What there will be is that weekend before Halloween, there's going to be a Halloween special between myself and Panda. It's just going to be one video, but we're actually going to dress up for Halloween. And it would be funny, I wonder if people are going to start guessing now, what is Phil and Panda going to dress up as? You know, well, go ahead and speculate. I already have my costume, by the way, and it's really sweet. So you're going to like it. But we're going to be doing one video of that, but Panda Lee will be doing a Halloween special. I'm not going to reveal what the game is because she hasn't yet, but it's a game that I think a lot of people are going to like. It is a cult hit, and I think you're really going to enjoy her playthrough of it. So I will obviously let everyone know when I have more information, but stay tuned to her Twitter and her, her channel, and she'll let you know when that's coming out. That is coming out this month, her Halloween special playthrough, okay? Okay, that's it. Really long week in preview. Sorry. Again, I have so much to talk about in these, but I've covered everything now, so I'm excited. Another solid week with Ask the King, with some fan appreciation, Medal of Honor Warfighter Beta. 2 really solid games this week. Some WWE Sims, Smart Guys, co-op coming up. The possibility of a Hateful Truth retrospective in honor of the 100th episode. There's a lot of cool stuff coming up this week. I hope you'll join me for it. As always, thank you so much for your viewership. Hitting 200 million views this week was a real accomplishment for me. I feel accomplished. I feel like I'm doing really well, and that I'm very positive that I am doing things that you enjoy and that you stick in there to watch. So thank you so much for your viewership and your loyalty. I appreciate every view that I get. Thanks a lot, and I hope I'll see you for gameplay this week. Peace out.